And so I'm going to share with you guys tonight what I believe is literally the holy grail in network marketing. I think it's something that is very rarely talked about. It should be trained on much more than what I ever see done. And I feel it has been the crux, the entire key to our success in this business. I don't know exactly how many people we've personally sponsored now, but let's say it's somewhere in the range of 100, okay? And out of those 100, it has turned into 37,000 people. Not because we knew 37,000 people, it turned into that many because of the strategy I'm gonna share with you guys tonight. So I hope you're ready. I hope you got your notepad out because we're gonna get into things. So there are two parts in building a business, okay? The first part is you have people that you personally sponsor, right? You share with a friend, they like it, they're like, hey, let's do this together, this is gonna be awesome. So we have the people we personally recruit. The second part is anything that comes from them. So a friend who shares it with a friend, who shares it with a friend, before you know it, you're in a different state, different city, different country, okay? So that is everybody underneath. Now, one of the principles in network marketing, we have principles, right? Just like how driving a car works, just like gravity, this is a principle in network marketing, okay? So it will work anywhere, anytime, any place with any company. And how that is that with is going to make you a profitable business center. There is no compensation plan anywhere where you're going to go to the top with one person. So with the more people you personally sponsor, the more money you're going to make in your compensation plan. The second part is what we call depth. How deep is your business? How solid is your business? You can kind of think of this as a tree, right? So the wider your roots spread out, the more ground you're going to cover, the more you're going to get paid. The deeper the roots go down, the more stable that organization is. Now, this is very important because sometimes people come in and I find two things that happen. One is people are constantly recruiting almost with like a salesman mentality. They may be good at sales, right? I don't know if this is you or not, but some people, sometimes I see, they come in and they get one and they're like, okay, got one. And then they run off and get another one. And then they just do that over and over again. And what they find is they put one on, but as soon as they put one on, this guy over here falls off because you didn't nurture that relationship and you didn't help them launch their business, okay? So that's one mentality. The second mentality I see is, we'll call it the mother hen mentality, okay? Basically, somebody gets in, they get started, and let's say, we'll just use this as an example down here. Here they are, they sponsor like 2 people. And those 2 people start doing something. And while those people are out there, building the business, they're talking to people, things are going awesome, all the person on the top is doing is managing their business. And I will tell you, I met with a gentleman last week. This guy made over $100 million in network marketing, has some words of wisdom. And one of the things that he talked about is your job when you get started is the same thing as when you're at the top of the company. Like, we cannot forget the basics. The basics are going to be what bring you success. The basics are going to be what keep you successful. And the basics, continuing to be humble and doing what you tell your people to do, is what's going to cause your team to grow. So we have the, sign up and leave a mentality. And then we have the mother hen where we're just going to sponsor 2 or 3 people and sit on them and hope that they hatch. We don't want to do either one of those. I'm sharing with you what not to do. So let's talk about what you do want to do, okay? When somebody comes in and joins your business, especially if you personally sponsor them, they're going to be coming in, they're going to be excited, they're going to probably be a little bit overwhelmed because, let's face it, they don't understand everything. You showed it probably to them one time and they're like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I don't get it, but I know I will, and I'm going to do this. So what I like to do is when I have somebody and they come in and they get started, I always like to kind of put their mind at ease because usually people, they're afraid of having buyer's remorse. They're afraid that you're going to sign them up and leave them, like this scenario up here. They're afraid of different things. So I always let them know, hey, you know what? We're going to help you. We're going to do this thing together. And the most important part is that we get together and put a launch plan in place for your business. So what I like to do is right upon the sign up, set up a time that's either the next day or the following day so we can put their launch plan in place. Okay, now what does the launch plan look like? Well, we're going to talk about it. So this is our launch plan sequence, and I apologize, there is not much words here, but Facebook turns things around. So there's 5 specific steps to your launch plan, and if you have an opportunity, you can write some of these down. you're going to absorb them much better. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do with your launch plan, you're going to meet with them 24 to 48 hours after they get started, is you are going to find out their why. Why are they doing this business? What got them excited? What made them decide that they wanted to sign up? Was it because they wanted to make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month for them and their family? Was it because they got some debt they want to pay off? Was it because they want to take a vacation and they need a way to pay for it? Was it because they hate their job and even though they make a lot of money, they want out? Why did they sign up? So we want to kind of catch their vision for what got them started, what got them excited, right? We want to know their why, and we want to kind of get an idea of what kind of goals they have. Is it, I want to make 6 figures, or is it $500 a month? Wherever they're at, it's totally awesome, but we want to make sure that the plan we're going to put in place is going to correspond with the why and the vision and the goals that they share with you in step number 1. So that's the first thing. Step number 2 is we are going to make their list. Now, why is the list so important? If you've been in network marketing for any length of time, you've heard make the list. And why is it so important? Well, it's so important because the list is the raw material. It is the building blocks that we are going to launch this person's business from and also launch your business from. The list is the asset that they're bringing to the table. And why do we call it that? Because if your company has an amazing product, why are they doing it in direct selling? Why are they doing it in network marketing? Because they want to get in your list. They want the relationships and your personal influence with those relationships. And obviously the people in your team. That is the asset that we bring to the table. If we don't bring that to the table, then they just as soon sell this product retail or on Amazon or any other way, right? But the reason they're doing it network marketing is because it's the most powerful way to get a product into the marketplace because of those relationships. So I'm usually meeting with them. We might be at a coffee shop. We might be at their house. I'm like, bust out your phone. They open their phone and they start giving me the names of the contacts. I'm over there with my yellow notepad, right? Here's my notepad. All right, so they say, oh, Edgar. Okay, great, I write it down. They say, oh, Rosa. Okay, I write it down. Sarah. Okay, they're giving me names, they're dictating, and I'm writing. And I go as long as I possibly can for as many names as I possibly can. And one of the things that's important is I put their mind at ease to let them know that you don't have to talk to all these people. This is just a brainstorm. And kind of the idea of a brainstorm is that, like, you might think of someone, you're like, oh yeah, the lady that owns a dry cleaner. And then you're like, oh yeah, but I met this awesome guy who I met at the dry cleaner who was a professional golfer. And it might get your mind flowing, or your prospect's mind flowing, your new person that joins your team mind flowing, so you're like, oh yeah. The whole idea is just brain dump on paper, put as many people down as we possibly can. Once we have that, we're gonna move on to step number 3, okay? Step number 3 is to cherry pick, okay? Now, you as the leader launching this new person need to let them know what we're looking for, okay? Because a lot of times people have preconceived notions about, what we're building our business with, who are we looking for? And a lot of times those notions they're not correct, okay? So who are we looking for? Well, first and foremost, we're looking for business-minded people. We want this person to be able to duplicate themselves as fast as they possibly can. So we're looking for people that maybe they've owned a business before, maybe they currently own a business, maybe they're in sales, maybe they are a person of influence, pastors, teachers, coaches, barbers, hairdressers, people that know other people. They're like great connectors. So I usually kind of roll through with them, hey, this is who we're looking for. Then I'll say, this is who we're not looking for. We're not looking for somebody who, their sole purpose is they really need a job and they're broke and they've been laid off for 18 months. That's not who we want to start with. Why? Because if you guys take your time and your energy to meet with that person, the odds of them having the cash to get started is very small. Plus, they're not really emotionally stable because they're stressed out and they just need to pay their bills, right? So let them get a job, let them get stable, and we want stable people that want more out of life. So we talk about what it is that we're looking for. Then the next thing, after kind of cherry picking the people, we're gonna go through and we're gonna put a star by all the people on the list, okay? So that is step number 3. Step number 4 is this is one of the most important steps, okay? So step number 4 is about getting the people comfortable with what to say. Now, we have got a list of 50 or 100 names. We've got all of our top people. They know what they're looking for. now what, right? So we have to kind of help them with, hey, how do you approach these people? Now, whether you're calling, whether you're texting, whether you're sending them a Facebook message, it doesn't matter. It's about contacting. It's about getting in front of those people. And I always like to, do what the prospect likes to do. So, or what that new person likes to do, I'm sorry. So if they're like, well, I have this person and I always talk to them on Facebook, that's probably how we're gonna contact them. If they're like, you know what, I never text them and I always call them, great, let's give them a call. If they're like, listen, we never talk on the phone and our only communication is text, perfect. It doesn't matter the means of communication, it just matters that we are doing it. All right, so then we talk about how we're gonna approach these people. Now, if you have somebody and they are so nervous and they're like, you could just tell this is gonna be, you have to really warm them up to get them comfortable, start with something really, really easy. Say, okay, we're gonna send a text. We're gonna talk to this top person right here. They're a very successful business person. And all you're gonna say, because you have a relationship with them, is, hey, listen, how you doing? What's going on? Hey, I'd love to get together with you. What's your schedule look like? And they go for an appointment. And then once they have that appointment, they say, oh, by the way, I came across something. It's a new business project I'm working on, and I would love to get your feedback. Can't wait to see you on Wednesday at Starbucks. So basically they set the appointment based on their relationship with that person. And then after they have it, they're going to tell them briefly why they want to meet with them and what they plan on sharing. And that's a rejection-free way for them to share. That's for somebody that's, they're a little bit more nervous and you can tell they just need something really easy, okay? But if you have someone, they're like, hey, listen, they're a little more confident and they're like, I got this person, they're super successful, and they want to call them and they want to text them, hey, listen, I came across something, working on it, looks like we can help some people make some money. I totally respect you. I know you've done very well in business. Could I get a little bit of time and you could give me your feedback? More than likely, the person's going to say yes. They're like, yes, I'm very special. Thank you for reaching out to me. Of course, I will give you my feedback. I know what to do, right? So you just have to walk them through what to say, because I don't care where you're at in your own personal business right now. You could be like, just have gotten started yesterday, but you will know more than the person that you are getting started today. Right? So you want to share with them some wisdom. You want to be the leader that kind of guides them with like, hey, this is what we're going to say. Hey, do you feel comfortable with that? Hey, do you feel like that's something that you could say when you're talking to this person on the list? And I just like to really make sure that they feel comfortable, because if they feel uncomfortable, they won't do it. But if you get them to a place where they're like, yeah, I can do that. Those are like the kind of words I use. Then perfect. You're going to be good to go and you won't have a problem with them reaching out to people. So that is step number 4. Step number 5 is like the icing on the cake. That's where you really get into action. The whole point of step number 5 is adopt the Nike philosophy. Adopt the just do it mentality. And you sitting there with that new person right then and there, you want to get them in gear. All right, great. Let's start texting. All right, great. Let's jump on the phone. All right, great. Let's send those Facebook messages. You want to get some appointments on the books before you walk out the door. Because you know what? You're going to get them in motion. And while you are there with them, you are like, they're Superman or Superwoman. Like, you bring them power, you bring them strength just by your presence. So helping them get into action is going to get the momentum so that once you leave, they're still going to continue to do what they need to do. So that is the launch plan sequence for somebody that is brand new. Now, here's what is really important. And here's how you get this compounding in your business. You guys have all heard of compound interest, right? It's like, the best things to sliced bread, like it's how you grow a fortune, compound interest. Well, this is how this is going to create compound interest in your business. All right, so we talked about when you bring somebody in frontline to you, when you personally sponsor somebody, that you are going to do that with them, okay? But the icing on the cake for you and how you grow a team that turns into thousands of people is you do that with people that join your organization. So let's say it's you, and you might have a small group of people, or maybe it's 20, 30, 40, 50 people. When a new person joins your team, you're going to be the leader that steps up to the plate, and you're going to make that welcome call. Hey there, so-and-so, welcome to the family. So glad you got started. You have a minute to talk. Wanted to introduce myself. What did you see in this for yourself? And you talk to them and you build rapport and you say, hey, you know what? I'd love to help you do, what you see in this for yourself. I'd love to help you, pay off that debt. I'd love to help you make that first $1,000. I'd love to help you, okay? So let's get together and let's put a launch plan in place for you to grow your business. So let's say you had somebody that joined your team down here, okay? And you're making that welcome call. And then once you have that appointment set, what you're gonna do is you're gonna call upline Hey, the person that brought them in, and say, hey, you know what? I just talked to Sally. Sally is so excited. She's so glad that you introduced this to her. And you know what? We have a launch plan set up for her tomorrow. I'm going to be there. I'm going to help her get out of the gates quickly. But how would you like to earn while you learn? Why don't we make you a check and you learn in the process? So you come with me as we launch Sally. Then you get this person on the job training. You train this person up and you say, hey, when this person has somebody that comes in, you're going to do the exact same thing. And if you adopt that mentality with every person that you personally sponsor, and in the beginning, as you have a team that's, reasonable and easy to manage, do that as you're driving depth. Sooner or later, you're going to find you're going to have leaders that come in and literally they take it away from you. They're like, you know what? I got this. I know what I'm doing. Thank you so much for helping me. And they start working their own business, and you're out of that leg. You're personally sponsoring your next person, and you do the exact same thing, duplicating it over there. So that is the holy grail for how you grow a business. That is how you turn a business from just the three of you, me, myself, and I, right, into a team of hundreds of people or even thousands of people. And you know what? What's interesting is one of the things that has helped myself and my husband really grow our business and take things to the next level is learning how to use social media to kind of catapult the business. We all have two different things that we do when we prospect. We have active prospecting, where we're reaching out there, we're connecting with people, we're talking to them, and maybe it's, while you're getting groceries or doing whatever, you may be doing lifestyle prospecting. We are talking to people that we know, but then we also have passive prospecting, and passive prospecting is less well known, shall we say. What's passive prospecting and how does that work? It's basically putting value in the marketplace in a way where people are reaching out to you. They're saying, hey, Calissa, what's up, girlfriend? I saw you posted something on Facebook. Can you tell me more about it? They're inboxing you. They're messaging you on your post, and they're basically wanting to find out more about what you're doing. So there is a philosophy that goes along with how to do that and how to start implementing that in your business. And if you'd like to have prospects reaching out to you on a regular basis, if that might be something that would, change your life a little bit, then you can click on the link that's listed in the description and you can get it. It's a audio training that will help you get in and out of the gates quickly, and it is my free gift to you. So click on the link. I know you will enjoy it. And if this is something that added value to you, if this is something that you want your team to start implementing because you want to grow quickly and you want to see it duplicate and you want to see it multiply, then feel free to share this replay and pass it on to some different people that you know. So take care, be blessed, have an amazing night.
For more great training and to receive your free MP3 download on how to attract prospects using social media, the 4 essential elements to attracting prospects, visit summergeronimo.com.